Hello everyone, my name is Alice and welcome to IRG Talk, a podcast powered by IRG Corporation. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome back. How are you? Let me know in the comments how are you guys doing this week? How has your week been? I'm sorry. I am back. This is Alice as always. I am back with another real estate social media related podcast. This week on IRG Talk, we're going to be talking about my favorite of them all, Twitter. Twitter is honestly one of my favorite social media to use, either if it's a business or if it's just like my personal Twitter. It's so much fun. It's so much fun because it's the best way you can connect with people super quickly. Everyone is engaging, everyone wants to have a conversation, and everyone wants to share their information and share their motivations and share so many good things that will make you feel good inside. And it's just one of the best social media, in my opinion. Now, it is one of the best social media, but is it the best social media for real estate? This is the question because, as I said before, Twitter is always like engaging, people are talking, there's a lot of movement in there, and I have found myself that on Twitter, whenever you're working with real estate, it can be a little bit tougher because people are not very into, engaging with one another. So we're gonna delve into that today. We're gonna be talking about some really good tips for you to try on Twitter to make your business profile, your personal profile, your agent profile, whatever you're trying to do on Twitter, pop up and stand out of the rest because it's so important. Also, if you guys haven't been on our Twitter page already, it's IRG Corporation. We are IRG Corporation everywhere, but our Twitter is very, very special because it's there where we have our current, we are holding there our Twitter chat, and is IRG chat. Is so interesting because we're gonna be sharing some information that might get you started and might help you out with your Twitter career or your real estate career. Even we're sharing information like about marketing struggles, we're sharing information about marketing on real estate, how can you stay relevant and stuff like that, because it's very, very important at this day and age. Because marketing, as I said, real estate, as I said before, is very, very slow. Like, people tend to be quite shy, in my opinion, because they are not always engaging with one another. Mostly they share information that might be useful for the one another, but they don't have conversation. And this is something that I have found myself to be a little bit hard, and it's a lot easier when you relate it to marketing, because marketing in itself is something that people want to talk about. People are always moving and stuff like that. So on real estate, we're gonna be trying to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier. So that's why we created our Twitter chat. We just want to engage with everybody and want to share our experiences and like talk about real estate in a way that we haven't talked about before. I think, I'm not quite sure that we are the first one to have a Twitter chat, but if you want to be a part of it, only thing you need to do, and the only thing you will have to do, is literally to follow us on Twitter and follow the rules that we have there. I think it's just engaging, saying your name, and using the hashtag IRG chat, and it's going to be so much fun. We have been sharing so much information in there. The marketing team in this group is also participating. I am participating in IRG Corporation's account, and I am participating on my own account at Alice Dominguez _ if you want to follow me there as well. And there's going to be so many people joining in, and it's going to be really fun. So if you want to participate on that, go ahead. We do it every Thursday at 2 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to, just join us and let us know how you have been doing. Anyways, let's get into what we are here for, which is Twitter on real estate. So let's get started with this. How you can get a positioning that is good for your real estate on Twitter is very, very easy. First of all, have a Twitter. Like, that's literally it. How can you make your Twitter the best it can be for you, for your business, or for anything like that? Do remember the Twitter users are more likely to engage with you if you're a real person. So if you're a company, maybe it will be a little bit less. And I have found out that it kind of can be, because on our IRG Corporation's account, it is a little less than engaging than it is on our personal account, even though it's similar content, or even though we have something in there. So if you are a solo agent, 100% do this. Go on, have your Twitter account like represent you. Have a photo that represents you. If you have a profile photo that is of yourself, great. And if you have a cover photo that is of your business, amazing. Because It will help you out prepare your branding and make it a little bit better, a little bit easier for you to make it. Like if you have a good branding and a good representation of who you are on Twitter, it's going to be far more recognizable than it is in other places. So 100% use your logo, use your slogan if you have one, use your other social media, use something that will represent you everywhere, and keep your profile as clean as possible. On your bio, as I have said before, you can actually use hashtags on the bio of your Twitter account, and it will help a lot because people will find you whenever they're looking for that hashtag. You're gonna be one of the, whenever you are in the search bar, you know, there's latest, top, and people, like videos, photos, stuff like that. Whenever you go to people, if you go to that specific hashtag, you might appear there. So absolutely use hashtags if you want to. And I think don't be afraid of them. Like hashtags are amazing. So what I would do and what I would recommend is for you to have something that people will recognize you with. Do keep in mind that there are over 30 billion tweets that have been sent since the beginning of Twitter. So every day there's thousands upon thousands of tweets. I think per minute is like thousands of tweets already. So don't be afraid to tweet a lot, but also like keep it simple and keep it like understanding and keep it easy for you to engage with other people. I think the best amount of tweets that you can have per day is 10. If you do anything under 10, it's fine, but don't do anything under 3 because then you're not going to be engaging. Because remember, the Twitter goes really fast. There are a lot of tweets going out at the minute. So if you want to have that kind of engagement, do have something that people will look at, and the amount of impressions, of organic impressions, or like people who see your tweet, or the amount of time that your tweet is being seen is very important on Twitter, because that means that you are actually being seen as a company or as a person, and that will help you out a lot whenever you try to engage with other people. So keep that in mind. Tweet a lot. I think 10 is great. Under 10, fine, but under 3, a no-go, because you're not gonna get the engagement that you're looking for. You're not gonna get people being like, okay, I want to engage with you. Also, I would recommend for you to actually find the hashtags that work best for your company or work best for your field. On real estate, I like to use real estate as a hashtag. I like to use listings if I have a listing in there. I like to use real estate agent or realtor. These four are very, very good on getting engagement or getting your content known. But this is not the only thing that you need to be using. You can relate your content marketing to your Twitter or to your field. If you're using real estate, for us, real estate marketing is actually really good. So real estate marketing related, we can use marketing as a hashtag. We can use content marketing as a hashtag. This is an amazing hashtag. I would 100% recommend. Digital marketing as a hashtag, and business I think is a good hashtag as well. You can use that on real estate. So apply all of that information, and do keep in mind that the amount of people that are going to be using this is the same amount of people that are going to be seeing this. So do be very, very concise with that. Other thing, with a hashtag, with a good hashtag, even the ones that are on the trending topics, you can get two more, like over 2 or something like that, like 2x more engagement that you would do beforehand. So you will get a lot more engagement than you did before, because you are using things that people are actually seeing. So you are going to be seeing not only by the people that you follow or the people that follow you, but also the people who are using that hashtag. So that is very important. Do not in any minute disregard what is in the trending topic. These are topics that are usually there because people are tweeting them. So if it's something like very stereotypical, like for us, we love using the ones that appear every morning. Wednesday wisdom, Tuesday thoughts, Thursday motivation, Friday feeling, and I think it's Monday motivation. I don't remember very well. But those hashtags are really good because you are going to be sharing some insight of your field to people who are out of your field. And that can be really good. So take advantage of those and just share some motivation that you're doing, some goals that you're reaching, or share some like really cool motivational quotes. Those work very, very well. So if that is something that you would like to do on Twitter, do so. In the next segment, we're going to be talking on how can you get a lot more engagement and how can you get a better feedback on your Twitter account. And I hope you are enjoying this. If you are, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching it there, or follow us here on SoundCloud. And you can like this video and let us know what you have been liking this week or this podcast. I'll see you later. IRG Corporation is currently hiring. Do you need a job on the real estate market in South Florida? We are the right choice for you. You have been selected to understand and know and take advantage of the real estate market. You can send your info to the link that we're going to be having below or contact us to 305-985-4535. Start today on your real estate training. And I am back. Hello, welcome back. How you been doing? I hope you enjoyed that little break. I am back and I'm gonna be sharing with you a lot more information about Twitter on real estate and marketing and stuff like that. And how can you make your Twitter profile the best it can be, and how can you get the amount of engagement that you deserve. So I wanted to share a little bit of a tip before we started. Basically, if you want to get a lot of tweets going without you having to tweet them yourself at the minute, get yourself a tweet deck. It's easy. Is a thing. I think it's like related directly to Twitter, so you don't have to pay anything, and you can schedule as many tweets as you want. You can schedule the whole week, and that will help you out so much. So that there you have that. You can schedule your tweets, but always keep in mind and keep an eye out for your engagement or your notifications and see what people are saying about what you're sharing. But that is something that is being super helpful for me. I have scheduled a few tweets for my own Twitter account. If you haven't followed me there, it's at Alice Dominguez _ and I'm going to be always engaging there. So if you want to follow me, do so. Anyways, let's get it started. On this segment is going to be, as I said before, all about how can you make your Twitter more reachable and how can you get more engagement on Twitter. So, first tip. And this is a tip that everyone should be following. Tweet images, GIFs, images, videos, short videos, of course, anything that is visual. Twitter is highly visual, and it will stand out your tweet out of everyone else's because people are going to be tweeting just the normal regular tweets, and then you're going to be appear with a big picture, and usually when you're on the desktop it appears the full picture, so people are going to be looking at that far more. So you have a higher chance, like a really big higher chance of getting engagement whenever you use a photo or use an image or use a GIF. People are more willing to see it and willing to engage with you and comment on it. Also, second tip, tweeting at people should be treated like talking at someone whenever you're a networking agent or a networking event. This is very important. If you want to tweet at someone, do so in a way that they are going to find it helpful and that they are going to want to do business with you. So if they want to share information or their insight on anything, just always reply to them in the same way that they are trying to get it. So let's just say that you share a blog post. They're going to be, oh, okay, I really like this article, but what do you think about X? And then you're going to be, well, my opinion about X is this, but what is your opinion about X? And then you're going to continue the conversation and making sure that you are creating a relationship. So networking is a lot based on relationships. If you build a good relationship, a good feeling, a good feedback with whoever you're working with, it's going to be great. So tweet at people however you like it. Now on replies, you don't have to put the username on your reply. You just have to click reply and it will work perfectly. So that will be fine, and that will help you out getting a lot more impressions on your tweets. So that's great. Third tip, it's all about engagement. Everything about engagement. You can retweet, you can share, you can like it, you can reply to it, you can do so many things. You can even quote retweet, and that will be so cool because people can actually see it on the notifications, and it will be a lot helpful because people are going to be like, oh, look at this, and then they click and they can go to your page. So that's something that I would recommend for you to do. Try retweeting, try replying, engage with everyone and anyone, no matter if they're in your field or out of your field. As long as you are offering something that they will find helpful, that's amazing and that's great. Fourth tip, have a complete profile. A complete profile is key here. If your profile has a great bio, if your profile has a great photo, if your profile has a great cover, you are complete here. People want to see that. People want to be like, oh, okay, who is this person? I'm going to go to the profile. Oh, this person works here, and does this and this and this, and has this and this and this. that is going to be amazing, because they're going to be like, okay, I can relate to this person, and I think the content that they have on this Twitter account is going to be actually helpful for me in the future. So do keep that in mind, and do tweet things that are going to be helpful for them, so whenever they go to your profile, they're going to have that there. Also, very important, use your pin tool. Like if you have a tweet pin on your profile, amazing here. Like, guys, use this to promote yourself as much as possible. We have currently our Twitter chat. If you haven't, I'm sure you heard it before, but like, I'm going to talk about it again. We have it there. We have it on Thursdays at 2 p.m. on our Twitter account. All you have to do is follow us and follow along with it. But it's a great way to engage. It's a great way for you to have that. We use that pin image or that pin tweet to share that information with anyone who goes into our profile, which is great. Other thing, share local content. As I said on my previous and my podcast about my podcast about LinkedIn, and my podcast about Facebook, this is key. Staying local is key, because even though Twitter is very, very wide, like a lot of people are going to be using it, or a lot of people are going to be out of the country or in the country, out of state, in the state, you really don't know how many people are going to be revolving around Miami. For us, at least, you can still keep a content local, so the people who are looking for Miami Dade or Miami something, or for example for Florida itself, or for whatever city that you're on, can actually find you. So I think we don't usually use this, but it's a really good thing to have, is to have your tweets with a location that is close to you, or that is where you are. So for example, if we are in Miami, so our location should be Miami, Florida, and people who are looking for that specific location can find our tweets, and that is very good. Share the local news if you have local news. For example, like if there is a news that is about real estate developing like the city developing some real estate industrial places or something like that, share that, because that is going to be key for the people who are working on real estate at the time. And use hashtags that people actually will find, because people love to engage that with material that are very close to them. So staying local in this scenario is key. If you are looking for something out of state, you can obviously find people who work out of state or something like that, but also share information that might be useful to them, because then they can go to you. It's important for you to be following people that are local as well. For example, there are some Twitter accounts that I think are like South Florida, what is happening on South Florida, or news related to South Florida, travel about South Florida, or something like that. For us, those are very important, because we are actually following them and we know exactly what they have. And then we can think about how can we make ourselves useful in that scenario. So if it's about traveling to South Florida is very highly touristic. So a lot of people come here for tourists. As tourists and stuff like that. So it's very important for us to know exactly what you can do here to get our seasonal tenants or something like that. And we like to know exactly what's happening on the traveling side of things. If we want to know about local news, like when is the next sale on this, or when is the next meeting for this happening, this is important, because then we can know exactly where we can do our next networking system. And so Twitter provides that, and it provides it to a very on time. Everything that happens on Twitter is very at the minute, so it's very easy to keep up with news there, and it's very easy to use. Twitter, as I said before, is very fast, so do keep in mind that there are tons and tons of users. Actually, there are over 600 million users. So the more you tweet and the more you are engaging with people, the better, because then you can stand out of the amazing and big ass sea of people that is going to be there. So tweet a lot, engage a lot, make sure that your branding is present in everything you do. Have a complete profile. It's all about engagement. Share something that is local, and tweeting at people should be very professional and very easy. And do remember that whenever you're trying to tweet or to create your Twitter profile, do keep in mind that there has to be a voice that you want to share or you want to use. If you are wanting to use a more professional one, make that decision. If you want to be more personal, make that decision. If you want to be more like jokey, make that decision, and keep that decision throughout your Twitter career, because the people that follow you at the beginning are the ones that are going to follow you to the end. So I hope that you have enjoyed these amazing tips. And the next segment, we're going to be talking about how can you use your marketing strategies on Twitter to create a lot more leads than you used to do before. And I hope you have been enjoying this podcast. Have you been denied a traditional bank loan? Do you need a hard money loan to purchase real estate? We are here for you. We offer hard money loans, lines of credit, transactional funded, all of it for your real estate purchase. No upfront cost, free evaluation, closing in 4 days, low interest rate, and approval timeline in 1 day. Call today at 305-680-5950, 305-680-5950, or send all of your information to the link below. Hello guys, and welcome back to this segment of IRG Talk, where we're going to be talking about showing amazing business tips and marketing tips that you can use on your Twitter account to make it the best it could be and to make it get as many leads as you want. So these tips are going to be a lot around your content that you're going to be creating there, and how can you make it the best it can be for you to start generating leads, which is something that everybody needs at this point. Everybody wants leads, everyone wants anything regarding that. So before we start, I just need you to understand that after your Twitter is up and running, you have to establish yourself as a real estate agent, because if you don't establish what you do and how you do it and when you do it and why you do it, then people are not going to be super interested in what you have to say about it. So if you establish yourself, okay, I am doing this, I have this listing, or I have been working with these people, this is also a great place for you to share your experience with your clients in the past, or your clients in the future, or clients in the present. This is amazing for you to have that. So it's generally the most amazing thing you can do. You have to be informative and genuine, and you have to be worth following, and you have to have a lot of things to offer them. So this is something that you have to understand before you start to create your content to put up on your Twitter account. There is so many ways you can do that, and there is so many things you can do to create engagement with your followers. But most importantly, you have to engage first, and you have to give them something that they would like to read, or they would like to see, or they would like to follow through with. So my favorite way you can do this, I do this on my account, is share blog posts that everybody that you find online, that you find interesting, and that you have something to say about, or that you want to share with people, because their content that you have been putting up is something that they want to see more in the future. And that's the reason why they often follow people around. And that's mostly the reason why I follow people. Like, if you have good content, I'm going to be there for you. So your tweets have to follow something that is that I like to call like a percentage of. So if you have a lot of like your tweet, like let's say you have 100 tweets, let's put like an 80% of your tweets has to be about this, and 80% and 20% of your tweets have to be about this. So how can you make that a good way, or a good system for your Twitter account to work perfectly and create leads? You have to follow a few rules. You have to follow a few things. The biggest percentage of your Twitter account have to be about education or about information. Now, let's say that you are dividing this in 3. That would be like, let's say, a 60 to 70% of something that you want to put in there. So I would like to put it in like a 55, because I like to motivate a little bit more than I like to educate. But a 55% is amazing, because you are sharing information that they would like to do. They like to do something with. If you have a blog, you can share your blog posts. If you don't have a blog, you can also share other people's blog posts. And that way you're going to be putting like, let's say that you find a blog post from us. You can put the title, and then you can put a few hashtags, and you say, by this person. And that will create an instant engagement, because you are mentioning this person, and this person might be compelled to retweet you. So the writer that wrote that blog post will share your tweet with the rest of the audience, which is something that you need to be in the lookout for. and something that is very, very important and that you need to follow through, because if you create a good relationship with them, they can be in the future following you and sharing your information that you might be putting off. So that's something really good and you can take advantage of, and that will create a little bit of like lead generation, because people are going to be more interested, and then they're going to see what else you have besides the content that you're already putting up. The second like part of this should be motivation. So Twitter goes around motivation a lot. I said it in the previous segment. We talked about the amount of tweets that go into the morning, like Tuesday thoughts, Friday feeling, Wednesday wisdom, anything like that. Monday motivation. You take advantage of that, and you can put a lot of like motivational content and talk about how your experience has been with this type of business that you're in, and that will create something that is going to be relatable. The more relatable you are to the people around, the more they want to share the information that you have, because it would relate exactly to what they're experiencing at the moment. So if you motivate them and you say, hey, you are going through this and this and this, but you can conquer it, and you can get through it, and you will have these goals or this goal or this or that, and that will be better for them, because in the future they will want to follow you and understand what you're going through, and then they will relate to you. The more relatable you are, the better. Remember that. So motivation, let's say that you put motivation at a 15%. So there's a 55 and a 15% is around like 70%, and the 30% at the bottom should be about selling. Why? Because selling is the most important thing you have to do in this scenario. However, you can put as much as you want in each one of these divisions. For me personally, selling has to be the one that has the 30%, because I want to share information that, yes, can educate you, yes, can motivate you, but ultimately I want you to buy the things that I have. I want you to be into the things that I'm offering you. So the best way I can do that is put a lot of content that you can follow through with, but then slightly put the content that I want you to see the most, which is my selling or the properties that I have for list at the moment, or the podcast. We do share the podcast online. We do share it on our Twitter. We share it here. We share it there, everywhere we can. And that way they're going to be like, okay, this person has this content that I enjoy, and they also motivate me to be this, and they're very relatable, but they also have this that I would like to be a part of. And that way you are going to be generating leads. If the more you have a compellment with your followers, or the people that follow you in this social media specifically, the better, because they're going to be very, very vastly interested in what you have to say, and they will want to be participating in everything that you are doing. So not only you have to sell your listings or your properties, you can also sell your advertisement. How can you do this when you have a Twitter account? Very easily. Like everything right now in advertising related is online, so you can share links and you can share all of that. One tip that I will give to you is just shorten the link. You can use that with a very easy Google shortener. It's free, you don't have to pay anything for it, and you can shorten your tweets and your links, and you can track them as well. So you can shorten the link and then put an image. As I said before, images have a higher percentage of people reaching them. Like people are more interested and more sucked into a image that they will be into like something else. Let's just say a GIF, or maybe sometimes just a proper tweet or a link. Even Twitter is really good with links and stuff like that. I would prefer for you to use an image, and you can use the image that the blog post is posting or something like that, and it will create a lot of feedback between people, because they are going to actually be seeing it, and you are going to get a lot more engagement. Use the hashtag correctly whenever you're using this, but share everything that you do. So if you have a web page, share the web page. If you have a listing, share the listing. If you have a blog, or you have a YouTube channel, you have a Facebook page, all of those you can share on Twitter. And the best part about Twitter is that it's actually super fast, and it doesn't matter if you share too much like self-promotion, because self-promotion will go down under the other things, and sometimes people will see them, people won't see them. It depends on how you're managing and how many tweets you're having at the minute. But if you have 10 tweets per day, as I said before, it's the greatest number you can have. Let's say you put 6 tweets that are going to be educational or sharing a blog post, people are going to be reaching to those. If you put 2 tweets that are motivational, that will be already like 8 tweets. If you put 2 more tweets that are about selling, then people are going to be, oh, okay, so this person has a motivation, they're educating me, they're giving me this and this, but also they are selling me their services. So this is something that you can do. Of course, you can put as many tweets as you want to self-promote. One thing I would not recommend is just self-promotion constantly, because people like to buy content. People eat content. At this day and age, people are looking at content all the time. Every little image, every little tweet, every little hashtag you're seeing is content. So use the content in your advantage, and then you will be winning at this Twitter game. So I hope you are enjoying this, and I hope you like this. This little tip is going to be helpful for your business, and it's going to be helpful for your marketing. And I hope you enjoy this this IRG talk. We will see you next week with another one. But this is the last one on this series. So let me know if you enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and share it and like it, any of that. I will see you next week.